into prison, I no go sell. Now sell you they go. You never did one place where they lock you for 8 months, 1 year. Yeah, so many you know. What if God don't do for someone like me life? I can tell you that miracle is real. If I tell you to someone like me don't die for 8 hours, and I only first son that was poor me when they won't go bury me, and I ain't turn me to a life, you go follow me argue. Go ask my mama what he make my mama carry me for almost close to 1 year for a belly. And today he born me. If I tell you such story, you go believe. Miracle day.
All right. Now, if you see this guy talking intensively with high energy, you go think he's the Captain General of the body of Christ in Nigeria, whereas he's a bloody liar. A liar and a manipulator at that. Abikati sọ pé àìmọ̀kan ló ń dà láàmú. Ntí ò wá mọ̀ yẹn, màá jẹ́ kó mọ̀ lónìí. Ní sùúrù, never insult me, never curse me, and if you dey patient, if you no swipe this video, as you always dey swipe video, you go understand wetin I mean by he is a liar. Perhaps people that have known me before, they know say I no go talk if I no get proof. And then find me an intercession bump into my video for the very first time. My name no change, but that Koni Abule Showo. Anything that has to do with landed property, houses, land, buy and sell in Nigeria, abeg contact me. Now my number dey on top the screen where you dey see. So contact me. I go help you find buyer for am. I go help you find seller. I go help you find seller. I go help you find buyer. Now the two of them I dey do. Now let's go back to testimony Jaga. Why I call him a liar and a manipulator? Because ignorance, àìmọ̀kan ló ń dà láàmú. I'll break it down to you. It has always been this story he talk. Now the thing is that there is nothing wrong about sticking to what works for you. But anything that has to do with God, ẹjọ́, ẹ filẹ̀, ẹ má monetize it. And I've observed this guy for a long period of time, and I've seen that he has always been monetizing this story, whereas it has nothing to do with your present faith. I'll prove it to you. While it's right for him to say there is miracle, in fact, I've always maintained the stance that there is miracle, because if original no dey, fake no go dey. But the truth be say, miracle no dey limited to one certain religion or faith. I'll prove it to you. Just relax. Now, as I said, I bumped into his video with Honest Bunch podcast, and I realized one or two things. He said, particularly the way I wanted to do this video for that week where I was at that particular podcast, I feel like if I do the video like that, it's going to look insensitive and like a direct attack to the body of Christ. This is not what I want to do. But for the fact that he is now calling very dark man to order about his insensitive video on the body of Christ, I want to say the same thing to you, because I'm a Muslim and there's something you say that denigrate my faith, and I felt like I should also call your attention to what you are doing. And after then, I will now tells the lie where you dey always talk, because I've seen it. This one a total lie. You want not there no are prove with me irony. But before then, this is what he said about particularly Muslims. Make una hear from him mouth before I analyze the video.
First of all, thank you. Thank you, big brother. It's good to see you, my beautiful sister, lovely sister. Thank you. Growing up among my own family, I not really grown up like that with my people, because the war was too much. This one go juju for this one Peking, this one juju for this one Peking. At my early age, there was a time my mom told me that my enemy died for like 8 hours.
All right, this story, wherein they talk for this podcast, let me break it down to you. In the talk about when in the 8 days on earth, when they won't do a naming ceremony, to be precise, and then there's something that happened to him. As he was speaking, there was no Christianity at all in his life. You go hear and talk him. One, in father na allergy. That's probably a Muslims, let's call it like that, of which me I no believe saying papa na Muslim. I go bring my proof. So in mama na complete traditionalist. As he said, Emma Dotto so only mommy grandma only olórí àwọn eléwé ọmọ. Just hear am asorelo.
Like gone, they won't go bury me. They've given up on me, and like, you know what? everybody. On my name ceremony, they like, where people don't gather, yeah, go bring picking for up. My enemy don't code. So my dad is Muslim, so all the big, and the big man, is a very big name in Ogun State, Ijebu. So all that kind of thing, big alpha, they did what they.
I hope you hear that, or you want me to play it back again. This is an attack to my own faith. I go tell you why I call am attack. Hear am again.
Big alpha, they did what they.
You hear it clearly. He said big alpha. Oh yeah, don't over soton.
And then my mom is from traditional home now. Mama come because my grandma said na olori elewi omo remo, so they bring everything. It's like the two power fail. So
did you hear that? I hope you hear that clearly. The big alphas and the traditionalists, the two power fail. In case you claim not to hear it, I want you to hear it
it's
again.
like the two power fail.
Now you hear that clearly.
So I think my mom say she did cry, say this breast we don't full like this. Our chest, we could drink this. Because my mom is a very tall, agile woman. She was crying, so and normally my family now from Royal, so they know they just bury us like that. So they went to go and buy all these mats and all this things. So why they wrap my enemy now? Why they did here? My man no follow them. So the next thing, everybody start to shout, go, Otijo. Like the whole thing was. So that's where my grandma gave me the name Orija Jogun. So the meaning became very meaningful when I gave my life to.
It's okay. I basically want to prove a point in this place. Now, when he was saying there was no Christ in his life at all, because the people were born out, dad na daddy, while in mama na complete traditionalist, and there come a miracles that sustain him, that survive him till today. Wetin I dey try point out now be say at first he talks about the two power. Àkọ́kọ́ náà, we Muslims we don't use power, right? Nítorí ẹ̀ mo lè sọ pé bóyá ìmọ̀ kan ló ń dá ẹ láàmú. And then the fact that I say your dad is not a Muslim, it does not mean that I am attacking your dad not to be a Muslim. But I'll still prove it. Ìwọ náà ló fẹnu ẹ sọ pé bàbá òun ṣe Mùsùlùmí. Now the thing is that we Muslims, we don't use power. A máa ń bẹ lọ́run ni. Àdẹ̀gbà pé mọ́ ń yá àṣà ọlọ́run, a ṣe yóò wù. Tó bá ti wá ṣe, we don't question him, we don't command God, we beg God. So tá bá ti gbàdúrà, a máa filẹ̀, ó ṣiṣẹ́ owó ẹ̀ tí ò bá wá ṣe eléyìí tó wù ló ṣe yẹn, we don't owe him, he owns us. So ìgbàgbọ́ tiwa nìyẹn. For you to say the power like one pastor was present in that day, or there's, like I said earlier, there's miracle everywhere. It does not limit itself to one certain religion or faith, but the way you put it, the way you always put it, like tó bá wọ Ọlọ́run, ó máa ní kí gbogbo ayé jẹ́ Christian. Tó bá wọ Ọlọ́run, á ní kí gbogbo wa nínú ayé ká jẹ́ Muslim. Tó bá wọ Ọlọ́run, á ní kí gbogbo wa nílé ayé ká máa ṣoníṣẹ̀ṣe. In tó wọ Ọlọ́run ló ṣe. Kò possible kí gbogbo wa máa ṣẹ̀sìn kan náà. Ṣó ti yẹ? In tọ́lọ́run fi sọ́nù Quran tiwa ni pé there should be no compulsion in religion, but once there is miracle in your side, do not limit it to your place. There is miracle everywhere. You denigrate my faith to propagate your faith, and it is not done that way. If you want to do that kind of a thing, there are people that are going to challenge your power. You can go to them. We have the Muslims and the Christian apologetic. This is what they do. Under Mobon Bara Wonshe. But if you want to stand on the fact that say you cannot, because in that podcast, I can hear you always say you cannot condemn another person, but that is what you just did here. Let's talk about your dad being a Muslim or not. Èmi kọ́ ni mo pe dáàdì ẹ̀ ní kẹfì, èmi kọ́ mo ní dáàdì òun ṣe Muslims. Màá dẹ̀ tún tó ń jẹ́ Muslims fún ẹ, bọ́ kí n tó sọ, ẹ kọ́kọ́ gbọ́n tó sọ nípa bàbá ẹ̀, ẹ gbọ́.
Inside. Before they bring me come outside. Oh, no, one. Why they even they talk so? You can't want to they give me all the tie for young shit. They say, man, pay low. Say, anywhere you go, they're not going to touch you.
Who gave you that?
It was my dad. I used to say I should use it in Lagos. Everything while you use all war.
I hope you guys can hear that very clearly. In case mo tẹ̀ fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ tún gbọ́ náà.
Inside. Ah,
Oh yeah, so
before you know, they could bring me come outside. Oh, no, one. Why they even they talk so? You can't want to give me all the time for young shit. They say, man, pay low. Say, anywhere where you go, they're not going to touch you.
Who gave you the?
It was my dad. I used to say I should use it in Lagos. You know, everything while you use all war. At your war. And those people slapped myself. I don't know whether.
So this is what he just said about his dad. Basically, he's saying that his dad gave him a charm for protection when he was coming to Lagos. If you watch that podcast finish, I just think Testimony Jaga talks too much, because at a point he become the interviewer and I can interview the people who host stand for that podcast. I think he talks too much, and when you talk too much, you no go even know when you talk jargons. Now, he said his dad gave him a charm for protection when he was coming to Lagos. That's why in they always think, say, the bigger father was there that day. Their power fail because in Papa said no be correct Muslims. Muslims don't use charm. Ẹni tó ń wáṣọ Ọlọ́run kò kí ń wáṣọ ayé. For your dad, tí dádì ò bá ti lè bọ́ lọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ kó fi fatia àbí ayati kùrùsí kó fi ṣọ́ ẹ lọ sí Èkó kó ń ṣe mùsùlùmí. There is a mistake most of you make. Hey, Muslims don't use jazz, we don't use charm, we don't use voodoo. Ẹni tí mùsùlùmí tí Kùránù bá ti tó fún kò kí ń ṣe mùsùlùmí. So you are right to say your father give you the afars, bóyá irú àwọn àfà tó wà ń bẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ yẹn, bóyá bí dáadé ẹ̀ ṣe rí làwọn náà ṣe rí. Irú àwọn àfà tẹ̀mí mọ̀, àfà oníkùránì ni wọn kì í ṣoògùn. Wọ́n máa ń bẹ Ọlọ́run ni, a kì í pàṣẹ fọ́lọ́run bí mo ṣe sọ earlier. We don't command God. Bóyá náà ẹ̀sìn ilẹ̀ ti máa ń sọ pé you have to do it now. No, we don't command God, we beg God. So ó ti fẹ́nu ara ẹ̀ sọ, and I will not be surprised if you now think the Alfas that came that day kìíní kan, but bóyá ìtorí ẹ̀ mo ṣe pé ní àìmọ̀ kan, torí tí ò bá kí n ṣe àìmọ̀ kan, you cannot say the both powers don't work. It look like a direct attack to my faith. And the traditionalists, they have powers. Agbára wọn ń ṣiṣẹ́, àwa là kí n lo agbára, àwa máa ń bẹ Ọlọ́run ni. Tí mo dẹ̀ nígbàgbọ́ pé kò ságbára kan tó ju tọlọ́run lọ, kò sí bó ṣe lè fẹ́ tó, kò lè tó tọlọ́run, ó ti sọ nìyẹn. Now, irọ́ tí testimony ń pa, when I say it lies a lot, you need to sit back and relax and listen to this. In 2001, 2002, I don't really remember, my DJ was booked for a gig in, I think, if not Ikoyi Lekki, it should be Protea Hotel. Yes, Protea Hotel, This same Testimony Jaga was also booked in that show for performance. That was the very first time I'm seeing this guy in my life. I've never seen him, I don't know him, but the branding to Bewa, I know it was a paid gig. So when it's time for him to perform, of course, my DJ guy did there, my other artists did there, them perform for the show. And I was like behind the stage. I was very close to the stage. I was seeing the whole thing that is happening on the stage. Now, when it is time for him to perform, he came with two of his guys, they were on dread, and Boshema Wagbade, you know, so Boshegun stage, I just saw them, they are like, they are doing in like, like speaking in tongue. The both guys, he was praising, you know, and the guys were like, shut up. I just tapped my guy and said, wow, this guy now filmed them, they had to. So in case if you see Testimony Jaga and in crew for stage, if then they shrug, they are not doing anything. Irọ́ náà pa, ọkàn àti fún yín ni. Kó tó sọ pé báwo mo ṣe mọ̀ ẹ́ pé ń parọ́, ẹ tún gbọ́n tó fẹnu ara ẹ̀ sọ, ẹ gbọ́, ẹ mọ̀ bóyá mo mọ̀ àbí kò mọ̀, ẹ gbọ́n tó fẹnu ara ẹ̀ sọ.
As I come down like the white ọmọ náà, ìyá mi ti rán aṣọ sí mi lára bí, I show up like this, they can look me and say, you dress so good. I say, yes. They can say, make I go stage. I can't do stage. I can't look them, crowd in my front. Now they look them. So my song no the system. Because my song no the part of the last song we didn't collect. In my mind, I saw more. Would I, I need to come out for this stage to time when they go, they can't they do like this for me. They can come now, can't they do like they pray like shaka.
Like you go down the hear me talk say there is nothing bad in sticking to what works for you. That was his breakthrough. And I waiting work for him. Instead they do today. So when you see him doing that shakala, he wasn't praying. He need to pray. He just they ask for you people. Now waiting they do. I bet here I'm again.
As I come down like the white omono, about yeah, me to rush or similar. I show up like this. They can look me and say, "You dress so good." I say, "Yes." They can say, "Make I go stage." I can't this stage. I can't look them crowd in my front. Now they look them. So my song know this system because my song know the part of the last song we didn't collect in my mind. I saw more would die here. I know they come out for the stage. So time when they go, they can't do like this for me. They can come now, can't they do like they pray like shaka.
You hear and clear. Him can't they do like saying they pray. So that thing works for him, and he know very well. Say this thing work for him, and he has adopted that style from the beginning. So he wasn't praying at any point of time. If you see him for stage, they do this kind of a thing. He need they pray. Now again, if you find this post offensive, I beg you in the name of God. I don't mean to offend anybody, but I just feel like this guy talks a lot of things that is not even it, and I need to address him. Testimony Jaga, I beg, like I said, it is always good. Like you said, Pastor Chris, they give you 100 million, he bought you cow 70 million naira and the rest. Okay, that but please, Boba Sheri ni ko ṣe máa sọ, we beg you in the name of God. You already know. For this my own platform, as it be now with the talk, and this one what I do, don't be say I defame you, don't be say I insult you. Now just God spread truths. In continue one of you know how so. So ẹ̀yin tí post bá ṣe láǹfààní mo bẹ̀ yín nítorí Ọlọ́run anywhere tẹ́ bá ti rí post mi ẹ kàn ṣáà máa bá mi like, love, comment and share. Ẹ dẹ̀ má gbàgbé orúkọ mi ò yí padà. Àkànní Abúlé Ṣòwò gbogbo tó bá jọ mọ́rọ̀ ilẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà ẹ pè nọ́mbà tó wà lójú screen yìí àwa là ń rà àwa là ń tà ẹ ṣé kẹ́ni náà ó dàbọ̀.